Did you know that according to the Washington Post, Mayor Bloomberg spent over $5.4 million in 1 week in Google Ads? That was over 10 times the entire advertising budget of all the other Democratic candidates put together. Since he's now out of the race, only he can tell if this campaign was really worth the investment. But from a recent survey by Rakuten Advertising, since 26% of marketing professionals confessed to waste their advertising budget on ineffective strategies, and since Bloomberg spent over $50 million in digital advertising during his entire campaign, does this mean that his campaign managers wasted over $13 million in digital advertising alone? Hi everyone, I'm Gilles Argivier, and today I'm going to share with you 3 critical steps to stop losing money with Google Ads. Also, this is the first part of a 2-part mini-series, so make sure to check out the sequel on my website or social media networks. But before we get started, make sure you subscribe to this channel, and if you're on YouTube, click the alert notification button to get notified on all my new posts. Because of its huge 85% market share, Google is naturally the place to start with your digital advertising efforts. And because search advertising outperforms tenfold display advertising in click-through rates, PPC advertising is where you should start. PPC, unlike any other advertising means, can be set up in a matter of hours. It is intent-based, which means it directly connects to what your customer is searching for, and it is performance-based, which means that it does not cost you anything if no one clicks on your ad. But like any other tool, it's only as good as the person using it, and a solid process is a must if you do not want to lose money with your ad campaign. Step number 1, do the prep work. It starts by having a product or service that you will sell on your website. That's right. If you spend money on an ad, it is to direct your targeted audience to your website where you need to have something to sell. It might not be a hard sale as soon as your audience reaches your site, but ultimately, it needs to be there so that you can start balancing your advertising costs with some kind of revenue. The second thing you need to do during this preparation phase is to know how much profit you make every time you sell your product, and what is the conversion rate of your ad on average. For example, if you're an artist and sell your paintings online, if you sell each of them for $500 and your cost in canvas and paint is $200, your profit in that case is $300. For your conversion rate, look at the percentage of people who actually order when they arrive on the page where you were selling your paintings. If for every 1,000 views of that page, 10 people buy, that is a 1% conversion rate. When your website is brand new, the difficulty is to know what conversion rate to use. These rates can vary greatly depending on your industry, and at least until you connect your site to Google Analytics and start getting some conversion numbers, I would suggest to be very conservative and start with an assumption of 0.5%. It is definitely on the conservative side, but since the purpose of this video is to ensure you make money with your ads, it is best to be careful. And besides, you can always make some adjustment at a later time as you get conversion data from your Google Analytics. The third element you need to prepare for before you launch your first ad is a website, of course, but a website with specific characteristics. First, you need to have a website that sells. It seems obvious, right? But yet, so many companies spend millions of dollars on their marketing funnel just to forget to close the deal at the end with the right conversion. So, when you set your conversion in Google Analytics, these conversions need to be the sale of the product or service. In doing so, you will be able to measure your return on advertising spend and quickly turn a profit with Google Ads. Second, your website has to be relevant to your audience, meaning covering the subject matter related to the keywords you're about to bid on. Therefore, your website has to be filled with relevant and engaging content, which means that you must first have a keyword strategy in place before you even create content or advertise. There are many tools you can use for this. If you want to find the right ones, head to my website, gillesargivier.com, where I compiled a list of my personal favorites. And just to remind you, none of these companies sponsor me in any way. Third key element to your website. It must be easy to navigate. Put yourself in the shoes of the people that just clicked your ad. Are they landing right away on the content they were looking for? Can your navigation menu quickly get them where they want to be? If the percentage of visitors who enter the site and leave right away, your bounce rate is high, then you may want to rethink its structure. Often, simplicity is key. It can be tempting to load your website with tons of attractive features, beautiful videos, and other gadgets, But if it's not effective and does not answer quickly your visitors' need, your conversion will suffer and you will not turn a profit. And this brings me to my last must-have feature of your website. It must contain well-built, strong landing pages that will compel your visitors to make a purchase. If your landing pages are cluttered, lack relevant information, or do not facilitate a conversion, you're throwing money away and paid search effort will be in vain. With strong keyword research, relevant content, and easy-to-navigate website, it takes typically 4 to 6 weeks to establish street credits with Google. Ultimately, your quality score will improve and your cost per click will decrease, so be patient. So that's it. If you need help with your digital marketing needs, check out my website, gilesargivier.com. If you enjoyed this video, like it, share it, and tell other people about it. Thank you for watching.